Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Carter. Good morning. I'm up getting a little bit of a walk on to wake up from yesterday. Yesterday I had a ball, so I had a Mardi Gras ball to go to last night. So today I'll be headed down to New Orleans for a little while and then coming on back, and then I'll be going on back to work, and then next week I'll be right back down here again for another Mardi Gras ball. So I've been busy, and then my mom's repast is tomorrow. So down here as well. So I'll be you know. Oh, what was I wearing? What was I wearing blue? I'm trying to think. I can't even remember. Ain't no telling. I drive cause I stay right in outside of outside of Atlanta, so I just drive. So I got a little driving to do. So I'll be back down here next week for another. The Order of Chaos is having a kind of like a ball, Mardi Gras ball, but really more on the more not as dressy. It's like after 5, so they're having a party almost. So I'm happy for that because I get to dress down a little bit. I don't have to dress up. I'm gonna post my pictures too from last night. The ball that I went to last night was white tie. So good morning. So no busy weekend or whatever. Next weekend I'll be busy. I'll be busy on up until like the after Fat Tuesday, which is around the 16th or something like that. Yeah. So good morning, y'all. Good morning. Yeah, it is. My mother's service is tomorrow. So I was already, I got here on Thursday. Because I got in on Thursday, I was like, okay, well, let me go to a Mardi Gras ball. So I went to a Mardi Gras ball last night. I'm going to post those pictures. I did my dress. If you go back and look at the video that I posted, I actually wore one of those dresses. So I'm going to post what it actually looked like when I actually put it all together. I think it did pretty good too, because I didn't pay that much for that dress. I paid that much for it. So, good morning, Diego. Good morning, Angelic. So, good morning, y'all. So that's kind of sort of what I got going on. So I'll bring y'all in, especially like next week for the party. But it's so hard like to go live because of the music strikes or whatever. So what I'll do is I'll put it on mute and I'll take it off and on. So y'all kind of get an idea of kind of sort of what it looked like. But we had a really, really good time last night. But I will do that next week. Especially for you, Mr. Carter, because I know you really want to try to make some, put Mardi Gras on your schedule, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it. So I hope y'all this morning, I got on this Grinch outfit. I know y'all see it. So what had happened was, I ordered this Grinch outfit. I really like it. It's really thick and it's cold down here. It's like really super cold. So I was like, I ordered this, and it was supposed to come Christmas. I ordered this back in like November, the beginning part of November. How about this outfit just came like um what was it? Maybe like Monday or something like that. So I'm like, that's crazy. But I'm gonna wear it anyway. So I put it on. I put it on so I could wear it to the gym. I could wear it to the gym instead of, just something comfortable, especially when you're traveling. Good morning, Ghetto. Good morning. So, Ghetto, let me tell you something. I had a ball last night. I'm telling you, I went to a white tie. It was white tie formal Mardi Gras ball. So I'll post the pictures or whatever. And then, I did not wear the dress. And remember, I couldn't get the other dress tailored to fit. So I had to go with the other dress. I'm going to show you what it ended up looking like. As y'all can see, I got my hair kind of pinned down, because you remember it was all over the place. Baby, my hair was all over the place for days. Okay? Y'all didn't even say nothing. Y'all was just like, that'll be. Because my hair was everywhere. Okay? So I actually got it done. So, what do I think about Walk for Peace? Just what it is. They walk for peace. I don't knock anybody for what they do. I actually like it. I don't, my let me tell you something. I actually did as well. So, dress are not supposed to be perfect all the time, and that is absolutely true. If you get your hair retwisted all the time, you're gonna end up damaging it. So, but I'll put mine up for a while. I don't get my hair retwisted all the time like I used to. I used to keep my locks very, very, very neat all the time. And I know it's gonna sound crazy what I'm about to say, but working in corporate America, back when I first started my locks, working in corporate America and still trying to get to where I needed to be, I'm telling you, it was just not a thing for your locks to be unmanaged or whatever. So I really wore my hair kind of sort of like this all the time, or something, because corporate America wasn't ready for locks already. And then if you're gonna have locks and then they not be neat, that was another thing. So that was back when yeah, they were. I just had on a cap, or sometimes I'll have on a bandana, and then sometimes I'll put them up in a bun, but they weren't, to where they were neat, but they weren't like this, because I just got them retwisted. But corporate America was not ready for that. That's when I did my locks. It was back when people would want to touch your hair and want to touch on your locks and be like, oh my God, let me see, and be pulling on your locks, and oh my God, it's like real hair. It was like people was like shocked that it was like real hair. And so I went through that. Then I went through the well, do you wash them? Do you wash your locks? And honestly, a lot of it come from, it's like, do I wash my locks? I just felt like, why are you concerned about that anyway? But hey, who am I? Maybe they just work. I've had it all from, all communities of people about locks, especially when I first started my locks. My locks have been cut. I cut them up to here. My locks were all the way down past my butt, and I cut them up into a bob. So now they're back, now middle back. You do treat them like any other hair, but for some reason, back like 11 years ago, people would just walk up and just, and then I'm a friendly person for the most part, so people didn't really feel like, oh, okay, it's going to be a problem. I had to tell people, this was years ago though, I don't really have that issue anymore because people have kind of made it very loud and clear, like don't touch my hair. That people kind of know don't touch people's hair, but back then I used to have to tell people like, please, it's just hair. It's not that serious. It's just hair. Like I used to have to tell people that, but now I don't really have to. And then for the most part, my hair is kind of pinned up a little bit more often than it's not. So yeah. And let me tell you something, with my locks, I'm not one of those people that's like hair crazy or whatever to the point to where I'm a stickler like that. I really don't care. Like, good morning, Cutter V8, good morning. And so that's kind of that. But anyway, y'all, I will be going to New Orleans for a little while today. I want to try like a po' boy place or whatever down in New Orleans. I want to try that, but I know I ain't gonna eat it. That's the thing. I know I'm not gonna eat it. I know I'm not going to. Yeah, they grow really, really fast. They grow so fast. I was watching some reggae music and like instrumentalists actually, and they were all like had braids and locks, and it was just so beautiful to me. I was like, oh my God, I need to get like some jewels and put them in my hair. Y'all, I want to put some beads in there for like I don't know what's going on. Like, girl, I be telling myself, you are too old to be talking about putting some beads in your hair. But I do want to put something in there. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I got a lot of locks on my head. I don't know how I'm going to put the beads in there, but I'm going to put them in there. Shells. Yeah, I could do that. Because I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to put, I want like them big beads, but I think about the weight of them, and I'm like, do I want to put that weight on my hair like that? I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that. So, on to another note. I woke up this morning because I always watch the news, y'all. I'm a news type of person. And so, in the morning, after I do my prayer, meditation, and all that, y'all, the first thing I do is watch the news. So, what's going on in the news? What's going on in the news? Because the first thing, I need to know what else is going on the news. Because the only thing I seen this morning was about, you want some real, see, I'm scared to do that. Good morning, Haywood. Haywood, you have to come in loud you come in loud every morning. Hey, Haywood, good morning. I'm happy you are back here. Why would I need to go lay down? And why are you using the word go like that? Why? Haywood. Right there, go like that. We can speak on that. We're going to speak on that, Haywood, because I care about you, homie. You come in loud every day, but I still care about you, okay? You my dog, but let me just say this. Don't use the word go, okay? Go like that with G-U-L-L, G-U-L, like, don't use that word, okay? And don't elongate the words like that. That's like when women say yes or girl. Like, we don't use that word long like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I talk to my female friends. I don't talk to any of my guy friends none of my guy friends use long elongated words like that, like girl. Like, they don't. I'm serious. I'm being petty this morning, just a little bit, but like elongating your words like that, none of my guy friends use their words and be saying like girl, like yes. Like, I don't talk to any of my male friends that use like stretching out words across the whole page. I'm just saying. I love Haywood though, but I love him, but it's not. I don't know how to carry on a conversation like that. Yes, you are allowed. Everybody's allowed. As long as it don't get real disrespectful. Because then ghetto is going to be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Okay? So long as we keep it real respectful, then we do it. Alright? But good morning, y'all. Good morning. We are about, we almost 20 minutes in. We're about 20 minutes in. But yeah, y'all, let's hop on this. Let's get on this, because I really want to know what y'all feeling like. My crew, I really want to know what y'all feeling like. I just be walking. I power lift and strength train real heavy. So me getting on this treadmill is just to talk to y'all and run my mouth and keep my body moving. All right? You did? Yeah. So I like doing that video. I'm gonna go into my baby brother's set. I'm gonna go into his studio. Hopefully I can get over there next week. If I can, I'm gonna go over there and raid his spot as well. You know. So I'm telling you, I be having fun because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you get on these platforms and stuff like that, trying to be anything other than yourself is stressful as hell. I'm not trying to be stressed out to impress people that probably don't even, care like that. I have y'all, my faithfuls, that always show up for, have surgery, that always show up faithfully for me, and I rock with y'all because y'all accept me no matter what. Even if I say things and we disagree with respect, and I love that because it teaches me at the end of the day. And then you learn, we learn, and then it helps to teach you how to better communicate outside. Period. Merry Christmas. Listen, Billy D. Williams, listen. It just came in the mail, so I had to wear it because I love the Grinch, and it came in the mail, and I just couldn't let the season pass. So listen, I got the Adidas Grinch shoes that was supposed to match with this. I thought, everything got to make sense. Alright? So, okay, so let's get to it. Okay. Alright. So, good morning, Winston Williams. It's a lot of Williams in here. How y'all doing? So let's talk about it because I really want to know. Alright? So, soon as I got on YouTube, because I only watch YouTube for the most part, right? I'm not a I have Spectrum, but I'm not like a TV type of person, right? So this okay. As soon as I logged on to YouTube, right, I seen that they had released some more of the Epstein files, y'all. And I was like, okay, let's see. Now, one thing that a lot of people tell you, don't share how you feel about politics and stuff like that. But this is beyond politics, okay? This is not political when it involves children. And this is my opinion, okay? Good morning, King. When it involves kids, I have a it's beyond a soft spot for kids, okay? And this really does bother me that these rich and powerful people have been taking advantage of these children, and they refuse to release this information. And I feel like they should be outed. I feel like it should be put out there that they have done this to kids. You know what I'm saying? And it just bothers me, and I'm just trying to understand because, like, sometimes I'll make a post on the other social media sites, and it's like people will jump on there and they'll be like, well, it ain't no evidence that happened, right? But I think about like things that have happened in our community or things that happen in the community, and not all the time we have sufficient facts, but it's like if it said that such and such has done something to somebody's child or whatever, it's like nobody let their children around. Not that they got concrete evidence that it happened, but I just feel some type of way. What y'all feeling like with that? What y'all? Cause it's like I almost feel like it's like some type of ritual or something like that. What you think? Ghetto, what you think? Billy D, what you think? What y'all think about that? Yeah, they don't want to release because and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of rich people will fall from their high horse. I feel like they're protecting them so bad. Like, and me personally, because if it was a regular person out here on these streets, they wouldn't mind. They'll be talking about that individual. They'll be talking about their mama and them. They'll be talking about they cook. They'll be talking about everybody that they can in these people's family. They wouldn't be able to get, those people wouldn't be able to get no sleep, no rest. I ain't even talking about them. I'm talking about just the people in their family. They wouldn't be able to get them no peace or no rest. So for me, it's like, oh, because they got money, they get to not be exposed because they got money. So, yeah, I heard about that. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not a big, how do I put it? I'm not like a starstruck type of person. A starstruck type of person at all. Like some of these stars, I don't even know they now. TV, I don't follow them like that. If they acting in a movie, I don't follow these actresses and actors like that. I just don't. I'm not starstruck. I used to be in the club, because especially when I used to club back in Atlanta, and I used to be out at the clubs, they be right there in the clubs. They be right there. You think I will speak? Baby, you want to be human, I'm going to let you be human. Okay? Because I'm just not running up for an autograph. There's very few stars that I actually like, and that's like, I like Angela Bassett. I like Angela Bassett because she's not always all over the news for something crazy or whatever. You'll see her do whatever she's playing in, and then you may see Angela Bassett show up on the red carpet somewhere in a dress, and that is it. Her and her husband, that's it. Yeah. Ghetto, I mean, that really, but that is why I'm not really a starstruck type of person, because these people are nasty. Some of them are nasty. And they have done all type of, I feel like they've done all type of little nasty rituals and stuff like that involve these kids and stuff like that to get to the next level. That's just my opinion. And I don't like that. But I do like Angela Bassett. She's one of my favorites. I like how she carried herself as a woman. I like how she, from what I perceive, from her and her husband, I like that, because whatever they have going on, you don't really know about it. It's the same thing with Denzel Washington and his wife. Whatever they have going on, you just don't see it. Not saying that their relationship may be perfect, but they make sure that their business is not out there. So I like Angela Bassett, and I respect, how she carries herself as a woman, and I respect how her husband carries himself as a man. Yeah. And so that thing with those kids, y'all, oh my gosh, it just bothers me. Like, even like with my daughter had, none of my kids have kids, even though they're all grown. My son is 28. My oldest son is 28. My other son is 26. All right. So even though my sons are older and my daughter is about to be 20, none of my kids have kids, but their friends have babies. And I'm like, oh, they'll be like, we're going to drop the kids off to such and such. And I'll be like, just bring them to me. I'll watch the baby for you. It's because I don't trust people. I don't trust people at all around kids. Like, if God give you a child, I feel like it's up to you to be responsible for that child. So, um, the issue that I have with my kids is because I was so overprotective when it came to coaches, when it came to educators, when it came to church members, when it came to all of that. I was all up in their business. I was all up in their business. And I always let everybody know that even had contact with my kids, I let them know I don't mind going to jail. I don't mind. I don't mind. Over my kids, I don't mind. And at that time period in my life, at that time period when I was really raising my kids, because I was still living in the projects for a long time with my kids. I didn't leave the projects. Like, I went to the military when I was 18, and I had my first son. And so I did my 4 years. And then because I didn't trust nobody to watch my sons, I got out of the military, right? And so I'm gonna tell you, I went back to the projects with my sons just so I can be there until they got a little bit older, right? And I had my mom and I had my dad, which were very, very instrumental. But I'm telling you, all that whole time, I'll have to tell y'all the story one day, because it's a little more in detail than what I'm about to give. But I went all the way back and started all over again just so I could be there with my kids. Like, it's so much you have to sacrifice when you have kids. So everywhere my kids went, they knew that if you even think about putting your hands on my child, if you even think about it. I worked in a daycare until my daughter was 5. She was 5 when I actually went back to work in logistics. That's just how broke I was to make sure that those kids knew and had everything instilled in them that I wanted to be instilled in them. So my boys were already older before I even went back to work. So I was in the project, living in the project till 2012. It is now, 2026. So I ain't talking about something that I think. I'm talking about what I know and what I've experienced. So I didn't play that. Wherever my kids was, I was there. My kids ain't spend the night over nobody's house. I don't believe in that. You're not spending no night over nobody's house. You're gonna be here in this house. And that's that. People be letting their kids go anywhere and do everything. You can't be a parent and a friend at the same time. You just can't. Your kids not gonna, if you raising them right, especially in the beginning, they not gonna like you. They not gonna like you like that. If you raising them right, telling them that you can't have them shoes, you can't have that, you don't have a job, and not spoiling your kids. They asking you, can they go to their homeboy house, and can they homeboy come over to the house, knowing that you got a daughter in the house? If you allowing your kids to be the parent, you're gonna regret it. Point blank. You're gonna regret it. Yeah, I don't like that. Because even if I had a husband, and my daughter, I have a sleepover and all of her little female friends come over or whatever, my job is to protect my husband and my sons that's in that house. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't know these kids' background. They can go home and tell they mom and daddy, well, Pooh tried to touch me when I was coming out the bathroom. And my son being 18 years old, guess what? He going down. And it could be a lie. You don't know. So it's your job to do what you have to do to protect everybody that's in your household. From the allegations and from anybody doing anything to them as well. So I just don't believe in that. I don't believe in that whole spend the night type of shit. I don't do that. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing none of that. So, but my kids, we're like this now. They're grown. But we're like all of them are at the house actually because my son came home from Spain. So all of them are there at the house. I'm gone, but all of them are there at the house, and they're like that. Okay, you know, they gonna argue, they gonna bicker, they gonna fight, they gonna do what they do, but for the most part, they like that. And I'm like that with my kids now. Now me and my kids have a friendship. They trust me enough to know that I am going to be honest with them. So now we have a friendship. And I didn't just let them do whatever they want to do. You know? So the first person that my kids have ever had an experience with is me. So they didn't, their father was not active, but they had a good grandfather. They had my brothers, they had my dad, we had God, and we moved. We don't make excuses. I didn't teach them to just ball up and make excuses for their life. I never talked about their father like that. You know what I'm saying? We just moved and executed. Like, we have to be grateful for what it is that we have. So that's what I always tell my kids. You have to be, some people don't have a mother or a father. Some people, the parents that they have are strung out. We're going to focus on just being grateful for what we have and stop focusing on what we don't have. And a lot of people do that. We're going to move into another conversation based off of that. A lot of people do that. I've noticed having conversations with adults that's 40, 50, 60 years old, because I just talk to people, that a lot of people will dwell their whole life on the things that they don't have versus focusing on the things that they do have and being grateful for what they have. They'll rather talk about, I didn't really have a good, relationship with my mom or my dad. And they like 40, 50 years old. And it's like, okay, have you went to counseling? Nah, I don't feel like I need all that. Okay, so, but you're talking to me about it. Now, I listen at everybody's story, but let's just be real. At a certain age and at a certain point, when you going to stop being a victim in your own story? When you going to start being the victor in your own story versus being a victim in your own story? Your story. That's my thing. And that's what I ask a lot of people that talk to me about different things. I'll ask them, when you gonna stop being a victim in your own story? This is your story. What I get up and I do in the morning, now I can't determine what's gonna happen when I'm driving. I can't determine, little things that may happen, but I can wake up in the morning saying, you know what? I claim the victory over my day. I'm going to have a positive day. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to walk. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Christopher! I haven't seen you in a minute. So when do we stop being victims in our own story that we write? When are we going to stop blaming everybody else for the issues that we have? And I try not to look at my life. I try not to look at my life and be judgmental towards others. But at some point, it's like, oh my God, you're going to be the victim every day? Are you going to be the victim every day? This is your own personal story, your own personal life. And you're going to do your life and be the victim in your own story. That don't make sense to me. And we're going to all have times when we're down. We're going to all have times when we have setbacks. But if you always the victim, something wrong with that. I'm just saying. Those are the type of people I really don't care to be around. Okay. Oh, some farm work. Exactly. Christopher, what you have on the farm? Tell me what you got on the farm. Got to set the tone in your life, what you want it to be. You only get one life to live. And even though my mom just passed away, and y'all, I'm telling you, my mom was my everything. My mom lived with me for 12 years. I moved both of my parents in with me. My dad, unfortunately, about 5 years ago, he passed from cancer. All right, and I'm gonna tell you from these two situations, I made the post. You know, or you gotta live life. You just, you have to live life, right? My father was a very active person. He was still working. He was active. Like he could get up and down the Stone Mountain thing. He would do his steps. He would do all of that, right? Me and him would talk every day. Now, mind you, both of my parents lived with me. Me and my dad was very, very close. I am completely a daddy's girl, okay? I took my dad to the hospital for a headache. Do you understand me? I took my dad to the hospital because he could not get rid of a headache. A headache. We found out from him to the hospital for a headache that he had a blockage. He had a blockage, right? So from that, they did emergency surgery. From that, we went to the, when they go in and they remove the blockage or whatever, they do, they do the test on it or whatever. So maybe after my dad had healed, maybe like a month afterwards. Was it? Maybe, I can't remember. 3 weeks afterwards, right? I take my dad back to the oncologist. We have to sit down with the oncologist, right? And they tell us, oh, you have cancer. You have colon cancer, right? Me and my dad is sitting in the chair looking at it. He looking at me. I'm looking at him like, I brought you in for a headache. A headache. I took him into the hospital for a headache. My dad at the time was like 63 years old. Okay. All right. So take him in. Might have been 64. Took him in. He had that done. Not only did they tell us he had colon cancer, but they said, oh, it's in your lymph nodes. He had spots on his kidney. He had and it was on his lung, right? Good morning. So I'm shocked. Cows, goats, but mostly cows. Oh wow. Country boy. So we did all of that, right? And I was so shocked because here I am looking at my father, which was my dad was a very, very healthy person. He did a lot, right? He exercised, he ate right, he did all of that. But guess what? We were sitting in the chair, the doctor was telling us, oh, he has about 6 months to a year to live. What? It's 5 years ago, right? So my dad ended up passing away or whatever, and I had to deal with that. Now with my mom was total opposite of my dad. She didn't like to work out, and she was country. She was gonna eat her fried chicken. She was gonna my mom was gonna eat and eat and eat. My mom was like had reached almost 500 pounds, right? She was bedridden after my father passed. This is what depression does. And when you sit still, this is what happens. She was 500 pounds, almost 500 pounds. She wasn't walking. She was completely bedridden, right? And then we had all these other issues that I've talked about previously. And I went through that. And so I always have this thing in my head of I want to live life, and even if I'm sad, I'm just going to keep moving in it. I address how I feel. I respect how I feel, but I refuse to also stay in it. I'm going to take the action to not have to just sit in it and just feel some type of way for hours and all day and curled up in the bed and all the different kind of stuff. I just can't do that at all. So I was hit with that, and so I had my mom and I had my favorite auntie. My favorite auntie, which was like a mom to me, she passed away last year. So I had all of my my dream team, my 3 favorite people in the last 5 years gone. They're gone. And it's nothing once they are gone, it is nothing you could do to get them back. They gone. So what are you gonna do? That's why I don't live being a victim in my own story. Like, I'll tell you how I feel, but you gonna see me where it's like you may see me crying some days, but you gonna see me still moving at the same time. It's like I got to go. You know, I refuse to keep being the sad victim in every story. You know, you know what? I'm down for it. I'm down for it. Cause you know what, Ghetto? When people look at me and people see me and they see where I am now, they don't understand. They be like, what? Not you, Stella. Not you. But my story is different. I tell people in a heartbeat, don't test me, because I still got some hood in me, okay? All right? I'm just educated, all right? But don't get me started. Don't push me, you know? And I think, especially if you grew up in that type of lifestyle or whatever, it never leaves you. But I feel like it makes me a more balanced person. I feel like I'm very balanced. And things like, even when people come and they say certain things to me, or, you know, why you got that on, or why you got them glasses on, or why you this, or why you that. And I'd be like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't bother me like it would bother some people. Like, it don't bother me. And growing up in the hood and then working my way through the military, and then also getting out of the military, raising my kids, never having to go to no jail or none of that with my kids, never having to go and, you know, down to the youth center with none of my kids, you know, hey, because I'm telling you, I didn't realize how my mentality was. I didn't realize it, you know, because I had the mentality almost like, even with my sons, because we were staying in the hood, not really projects at that time. We were staying in the hood still, and I was like, this was my mentality then. My mentality was, you know how some people try to move their kids and put them in a better school or something like that? I had the mentality that I went to school there. What's the problem? They can get it like me. You know, they can go to school over there. You know, like, what's the difference? You know? And so I really had that mindset, and I know that sounds jacked up, but I'm being honest. I had that mindset, why am I going to move them and put them over at such and such school when I went to school over here and I made it? You know, we always got that thing in our head, like, oh, I made it. They can do the same thing, like, but we forget about how challenging it was for us in the situation, right? So my sons, they was going to a school called Mobile County Training School, right? And I was fine with it. I was fine. I'm telling you, just straight blinders on. I was so fine with them going over there to Mobile County Training School. I didn't care. I was like, I made it. We was fighting every day. I made it. They had to fight just about every day, and I was like, you'll make it. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Did you hit them back? You know, that's our favorite thing. Did you hit them back? Don't let nobody hit you. Did you hit them back? So, and then I moved to Indy. And I moved to Indy. Indy was humbling for me, because in Indy, I ain't had nobody, I ain't had no family, I ain't had no friends. It was just me and my kids. And it gave me the chance to actually reflect over my life. When I first started with the government, I was a GS4 with 3 kids. We moved with nothing but what was in a maximum, okay? And I had them 3 kids inside the maximum now. So we only had but so much room. When we got there, we slept on the floor. All right? So I look at all of that, and it's humbling for me, but I be like, You know, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. You gotta get out here. You gotta hustle. My hustle was just different. My hustle was different, but it's the same. You get what I'm saying? My hustle different, but it was the same. So I respect anybody that go out there and get it. Just handle business and get it. And stop making excuses for why you won't got it. You know? So find something, do it, get that money, do what you have to do. Stop making excuses all the time. It's okay to have some excuses, but not all the time. We don't want to hear that. You want to make it happen. You better wake up and ignite the hustle inside of you and make it happen. You know, that's just that. Like, don't tell me you're a hustler, but you're a complainer and you be sitting on the sofa. Don't tell me you're a hustler if you complaining all the time, not doing nothing about it, sitting on the sofa, playing video games. Don't tell me you're no hustler. You're not a hustler. You're lazy. Hustlers are not lazy. They figure out a way to make it happen. They find them something, they squeeze into it, and they make it happen. That's a hustler. Okay? That's a hustler. If you're not, you lazy. So don't characterize yourself as a hustler. Thank you, Christopher. So, yeah, we've been on here for a good little minute this morning, like 47 minutes. Almost 47 minutes. But I tried to post what I had on last night, and I am gonna post that. I'm gonna post it, but it helped me to do it last night. It kind of pissed me off a little bit because it didn't let me do it. Didn't let me upload it to YouTube to show y'all what the dress actually did look like. So, but we gonna get it together. We gonna get this together. We are gonna get this together. All right. Got a few more minutes. Got a few more minutes, y'all. Oh no. Oh no. You gotta listen, ghetto. The hustler in you ain't gonna never change. The fact that you're a hustler ain't gonna never change. You just gotta find another way. And what you doing now, and doing your reviews and stuff like that, and talking to, doing your stitching and all that different kind of stuff, stick with it. Find you somewhere and put yourself there. Almost like a stopper. Put yourself right in there. Squeeze in there and make it happen. The hustler in you never is going to go away. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle a different way. Put that energy in something else. You gotta bolt yourself into it. You gotta use that stopper and get yourself into there. And just stay focused on that. Because you already got that. You already got that. Ray, good morning. Thank you. Thank you. So that's never gonna stop. And that's the way I look at myself. You'd be like, no, you just, you got this or that, you GS this, blah, blah, blah. But I look at myself like I'm a hustler. I'd be like, I'm a hustler first. I'm gonna get it. It may look different, but I'm a hustler. And I had to get it out the mud. I had to. 3 kids, working full time. You know what I'm saying? And I crawl my way up all night. That's why I don't sleep. I don't sleep like that. I go to bed at about 8 o'clock. And then I'm up in the morning. I'm working out, taking care of my body. Trying my best to eat right. Doing what I have to do. Reading, researching. Praying. And out here doing what I got to do. And I got a few years before I retire. And I'm done. I'm done working. I'm done. I've served my time. And every time y'all see me, y'all gonna see me in a cute little outfit. Y'all gonna see me in a cute little workout outfit. Y'all gonna see me in my little RV. Y'all gonna see me just doing that. Y'all gonna see me all the time just living. That's why I don't live to impress anybody but myself. You know, nobody. So that's how y'all gonna see me. Seriously. That's how you gonna see me, Mr. Carter. That's it. And y'all know y'all gonna be my dream team. Mr. Carter, Ghetto, you know, all of y'all that's been rocking with me. Oh baby. I'm telling you. I may even decide to compete again one day. Who knows? I may even take that journey again. Even though I don't want to get that small. Yeah. Well, you just got to be safe, Ghetto. And keep doing what you're doing, especially on your YouTube. Keep doing what you're doing. You know. But as soon as I get off here, because I only got like a few more minutes on here. Actually, oh my God. So I want to try out this coffee shop in Mobile. I want to try it out. It's called, and I got coffee right now. It's called Great Day Latte. I actually want to try that. So, and I've been walking on this thing for like, I should have just kept on walking. I only got like 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Only got a few minutes left. So I might as well keep walking and not have a whole hour on here. Yes, I do. I'm a real coffee person, y'all. Like, real bad. Like, I really didn't want Starbucks, but it was the only thing open because it's early here. It's like not even 7 o'clock here in Mobile. So it was like the only thing that was open at the time. So I really wanted, I like going to coffee shops. I like going to different coffee shops. So Starbucks is to me like fast food coffee. So I like going to an actual coffee shop. So this one has protein in it, so yeah. It's a protein coffee from Starbucks. Yeah. So I'm really more of a Dunkin' person. I like Dunkin'. But like I said this morning, everything was still closed. So I was like, I gotta have some coffee. You know? Alright, Mr. Carter, because we about to hop off of here anyway. We've been on here for a while. I was just trying to make sure that I got in, might as well had to finish and got in a whole hour instead of like I'm at like 55 minutes, like 56 minutes, excuse me. So only got like 4 minutes. I might as well walk that on out. So you don't like that food because they just microwave it. They just microwave it. I want like some banana nut bread. So I was trying to find somewhere that has like banana nut bread. Because like I said, I'm like a real coffee person. And I like going to real coffee shops that have like banana nut bread and stuff like that. I like stuff like that. And I always said that, I said this years and years ago after my dad passed. I said, you know what? If anything ever happened to my mom now, I would get me a little house, a little condo next to a coffee shop. That's just how much, but it's got to be like a good coffee shop. Panera bread. Yeah, I eat banana pudding. I eat everything. I'm greedy. So, I wanted to buy a house, okay? And then I was like, I'm gonna buy a house or a condo, buy a coffee shop. That's what I said. That's just how much I love coffee and tea. I love coffee and tea. Everything about it. I even got a body spray that smells like freaking coffee. It's like vanilla bourbon, like coffee or something like that. And so I'll take it and put it on my arms and on my hands and stuff like that. I love it. I love coffee. So no matter where I go to visit, No matter what I'm talking about, it don't matter. I'm gonna find me a coffee shop, and I'm going to see what they have on the menu. It just can't get away from it. I love it. So, but this morning I had to get Starbucks, which I'm not a fan of Starbucks. And that's probably why I still got a whole cup. If it was Dunkin', I probably would have been done. I'm not a fan of Starbucks like that. So, and then we right here by Yellowhammer. Yellowhammer coffee is so good, but it's only like a drive-through. You can't like sit down. It's like drive-through coffee. Even though it's really good, and they have a good Mardi Gras selection. They have like a white, chocolate, raspberry, mocha. It's so good. Good morning, gang. It's so good, but I want to sit down in the coffee shop. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to do that. I want to do that. We almost done. Good morning, y'all. It's almost 7 o'clock here. It's pretty late for y'all, like Chicago time, but it's just now 7. Just now about to be 7. I love it. I love it. I just be sitting there. I have my little MacBook. You know what I'm saying? I have all of that, and I'm just like, it's a vibe for me. You know, it's a vibe. But and then last night, when I went to the Mardi Gras ball, I was at the Mardi Gras ball like, oh, I'm wake up and go to the gym in the morning, and then I'm going to like a coffee shop. So that's me, like, you know, hold on, let me see. So okay, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not listening to anything right now. I'm not listening to anything, but I listen at the same type of music and the same playlist every day. And usually it's Daniel Jones. I love him, so I listen to that like every day. I started listening to that. All right, y'all. So we are done with that. Okay. We are done with the walk. We did this for a whole hour today. And like I said, y'all, I am, what song hyped me up? Let me see. I know it's gonna sound weird, and it's like a really old song. It's a really old song, but I'm gonna tell you. Y'all gonna know this one. Cause I am a little old head. Let me clean it off so y'all can see. Like, this one of my hype up songs. That's one of them. And this one right here. So, like, this it. I don't know what y'all been told, but I gotta give me a big bankroll. Yeah. Send me some. Those are like my you know, hype songs or whatever. Yeah. So and y'all know who else I like? I'm gonna show you who else I like. Look. I like Tyler the Creator a lot. I like Tyler the Creator. Really like his music, his artistry, I'm telling you, like dynamic. I don't, like I Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator is amazing. I like him a lot. Who else do I really, really like? As far as like kind of like rap and stuff like that, that's pretty much I like him a lot. But I pretty much still listen at like really old stuff, to be honest with you. I have a few things that I kind of like that's like updated, but for the most part, because I like this guy. I know. Hold on. Y'all gonna not believe this, but I like YoungBoy. I like YoungBoy. And I'm gonna tell you honestly. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I like YoungBoy on this song right here because of that piano that's inside of this song, and the way that he played with the music and use the music to play with your emotions, because he plays with your heartbeat a lot. So I like that he has really tapped into that artistry of making people feel a certain type of way with his music. Like I could not understand, like one time, because I wasn't really a YoungBoy. I wouldn't say I'm like a YoungBoy fan, but I watched the video, and like the young people were like just jumping around or whatever, and I was like, why are they jumping around like that? I need to go and listen at this something. And when I listened at it, I understood how he could get them to react the way that he does. YoungBoy plays with his music. He plays with the speed variations. He plays with the instruments to invoke a certain behavior out of people, which in not all cases it may be good, but let's just be real. It takes artistry to be able to do that. Like on this song, I actually listened at it because my daughter and my sons are like big YoungBoy fans, right? So I listened at it and I'm like, I get it, because it does. It plays with, YoungBoy can play with every one of your emotions just by, the music, the selection. Yes, the producer absolutely plays with that. But let's just be real though. Let's have a real conversation, because I play instruments myself, some of that is missing in a lot of music now. Like some of the music is the same thing, and even though his is kind of, but where if you listen at old music, the beat in the music, the instruments and stuff like that sold the song. It used to be, now people just be saying anything on music, and it's like, how in the world did that even become a hit? Because it just sounds crazy. But the beats back in the day compared to this stuff now, it's just, it's different. It's different. So even though my son, he'll do like his beats or whatever, I always tell him, when you do your beats, always think about what you want your beat to make someone feel like, regardless what's being rapped over it, regardless what's being said. It's the beats inside of the music that's going to make you feel a certain type of way, regardless of what it is that they're actually saying. That's why half of the time people like, I don't know what they're saying in the song, but I like the song. I like the song. I don't even know what they're saying. Because the beats, if you got a fire producer and the person that's making your beats, and I love instruments, and I like to hear instruments some type of way inside of even if it's synthesized, even if I like hearing, instruments inside of music, period. I guess because I play the instrument myself, like that. So I don't know who's doing his beats, but I like it. Okay, Christopher, I'm about to post y'all. I gotta post these pictures Yeah. So sometimes you gotta make your own. Sometimes you just gotta make your own keys. You know. Sometimes you gotta make it yourself. But all right, y'all. Ghetto, Christopher, Mr. Carter. Let's see. Game Genie. Let's see. I'm trying to go back. Make sure I got Ray. All right, that's just going back Austin. Y'all have a really, really good day. I will check back in a little bit later. Okay, y'all have a good one.